Hello everyone, hello. Cesare here with some more Final Fantasy 16. As you can see on the map, we got a bunch of side quests to do, and that's okay. That just means more rewards, more weapons, more stuff for us to do. Alright, so we're gonna start with
nearby.
Doris.
Assuming she's still here.
Where is Doris? Remember correctly, she's actually here.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
There she is.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
You can't leave my...
I'll give your offer some
microphone
thought,
alone.
my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Alright. Baum arches are... Where the fuck over here? So we're gonna teleport over to the Ald Hill docks and there. I think last time I did this quest, I went in through 3 Reed or Hawkeye Cliff, and it took so long to get there. Is this place like inflicted with an easier flood? I don't remember, but oh, that's what she's doing. It's like a piece of foam she's playing with.
Let's go.
How much AP do I have, by the way? I just want to know how close we are. 4,000, okay. Also, as much as I like using Shiva, we did get something else yesterday, so I swapped it. The little light impulse, so swap Shiva back to Bahamut for now. This makes it so that impulse does 10% more damage. Okay, so we were here once before. There wasn't really anything up in this general area. We just had to pass through. Now there's a camp.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome to try.
Hey, dude. What the hell? Hated it. We're probably gonna have some bigger enemy for me to fight. I don't remember though, but I assume they will. And done. Not too bad at all. 136 AP for that. Alright.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
I mean, I know she's the captain of our curse breakers, but she's failed to show herself as a weapon.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
I like how we just like go through all the effort to chase her down, and then there's like, all right, you can go. See ya. Hey, Cole.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and Your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be alright.
Mira's a black market trader.
Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Well, I do like when they give me mass amounts of AP as a reward. That makes me happy. A new missive has been delivered to Clive's chamber.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
We'll
the
worry that
lot.
later. About that later.
It's a wonder they can still
Alright.
walk.
Here, do we have new hunts to do? We don't. Well, it looks like he had a new selection that I didn't see. Ask about Nectar's adventures. Did I ever tell you about the time I journeyed through southern Ashkopel?
Through Orcish lands.
Well, technically they're Deadlands now, but the orcs don't seem to mind. They found a way to survive without mother crystals, just like we have, Kopel. Though it involves a good deal more cannibalism than there is here at the Hideaway. At least I think it does. You don't happen to know what Molly puts in her brown, do you, Kopel? I don't like the way you asked that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Oh, we're getting close. Wish these all gave AP though.
All done?
Alright, so we're gonna go and do some more side quests, but we're gonna be starting in Northreach and we'll work our way down and around like this. So, what's going on with the dame up in Northreach? You know the quest has to do with her, right? Because like almost every time you get a quest that takes place in Northreach, it has to do with the dame in some fashion.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Vector, how are you doing? Hi, Mira.
Those things I said before
Uh-huh.
about not being able to fight.
Sure. Right.
Oh, Clive.
Hey,
What am
hey.
I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal.
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrek. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation, least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf? For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
See what I can do.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Okay. Vector. So, sorry about that.
I may have
Duke
met
of
this Duke
Flim-Flam.
before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
I'm trying to, lots of overreacting to the Pokemon leaks online. Twitter remains a cesspool. Unsurprising on that front. I didn't know there were any leaks.
Things I said before.
I assume these are very recent.
You needn't fret.
I'm also not a fan of leaks. Like, people, like, tend to get, like, super upset about them, and it's, yeah. Very rarely does anything good come from it.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place.
Dude, that's fine.
Care Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
Wasn't in vain. That was...
A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Anyway, Victor says, basically, they found drafts for Pokemon mythology and lore, and the texts are all about as fucked up as real mythology and lore, but people nonetheless are shocked that it's even there, and some have gone as far as calling the writers groomers for making it, or writing it. What? Okay, so, I know Pokemon's a kid's series, but maybe these are something, like, do they know what it's for? Like, what it's part of? Because maybe it's for something a little more adult in nature, because the Pokemon fan base is fucking grown up now, or at least it should be. At least the ones who started Pokemon. But terrible things happen. You can use terrible subjects as, like, a means to push the story forward if it makes sense to do it. Right? Also, hi, Jeremy.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
This guy's all like, I'd fucking kill him if the dame said so. Nobody knows what it's for? Okay, that's what I thought. Like, why are they jumping to conclusions before finding out what it's for? That's why I hate leaks. People are so fucking dumb. It's about the creation of the world. The time between Pokemon and humans was blurred, like hinted at in Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, I mean they've already kind of hinted at. Weird. I mean, why is that so hard to believe that people fuck Pokemon? Like we were talking about this on Borderlands. There are absolutely Pokemon that people have fucked. Like, we know Ash's mom has been with Mr. Mutt. Like, come on.
A question.
Ash wouldn't be here if she wasn't.
What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, only for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
It'd be like calling any writer who uses terrible subject matter like bestiality or sexual assault or whatever as a literary device. Like, it's stupid.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Mini cat. Yeah, we like calling Marvel writers movies because
There were
Deadpool
ghosts
is
at
a
the gates not days
rated
ago.
R.
You needn't fret. The creatures.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us some men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
As long as you remain.
Basically, people are focusing on a lot on the sex between human and Pokemon. I mean, that's kind of not shocking. There's a story basically where a Typhlosion kidnaps a younger girl for a season, has a child with her, gets killed by the girl's father, and then the girl and the child are bullied by villagers, placing a Typhlosion's pelt over them until they become Typhlosions. Now, people joke on Twitter calling Typhlosions a pedophile and Hypno did nothing wrong. Completely missing the point of the story for jokes and accuse the writer of being a sex pest. Yeah, that's incorrect. I think the most concerning thing is that Pokemon can apparently impregnate humans.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreck is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Again, it's like it's just a story. A terrible story overall. All around, everything about that story is not great in terms of what happens. Yeah, concerning of canon, it's made up bullshit. I mean, yes and no. I mean, we already know they can, because again, Ash exists. It wasn't entirely news.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
So, considering the size of the Pokemon world, okay, people need to stop and realize that, look at the size of mankind. Look at all the fucked up stories we have in real life. You gotta be telling me that there aren't terrible fucking stories about Pokemon doing things that are like, what the fuck? I mean, we have the stories about like Articuno saving people in the mountains but demanding their firstborn child to eat, or Frillish pulling people underwater to murder them for fun, right? We got that kind of story in the Pokedex and whatnot. It's not a surprise that there aren't really dark, gross things in the Pokemon world too. And yeah, concerning if canon, but it's mythology. It's made up bullshit. Exactly. Yeah, no, I agree.
Captain, do you have a moment?
Jeremy feels like people on the internet are just so eager to tear down popular things, they jump on the first chance they get. Yeah. Sorry.
How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
To tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that.
Alright, let's teleport 80 yards to talk to Isabel. It obviously doesn't belong in the franchise. This is why it was leaked material, not actual lore, as far as we know. Yeah. Hey, 10 Gauge.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrack, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive.
Yeah, go for it,
There's
Becker.
no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
Jeremy, you are at work.
All of us.
Watching your stream. Well, watching the stream is your job now. You don't get paid for it, but
best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp.
you get to hang out with us.
We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Later, Jeremy.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet, especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Not all our work contracts with Vector streaming money. Exactly. Alright, easy quest. We just had to go and talk to people. Oh, wow, it's already that. Holy crap, time flies. We are 315 AP away from upgrading our ability. All right, guys, give me a second. I will be right back, as it is break time.